Hi, I wanted to talk about how to landscape a large backyard area. We have about an acre behind me, and it was a blank canvas, really no trees. We planted everything except for the tree line around us ourselves. So I wanted to talk about how we decided to landscape our 1 acre behind us. So I'll go ahead and grab the phone and I'll start talking about what we did. And also about the vision that you might have and what trees you like, and if you like shade or if you like sun. So I love hydrangeas myself, and I like sun-loving perennials and annuals and shrubs. So I didn't really want to plant a lot of shade trees or anything like that. So I did plant a Cleveland pear. I planted one there, and I also planted one over here. But everything starts with a vision and a love of whatever plant or shrub or annual that you like, and sometimes those visions evolve over time. So we did not have a patio 2-3 years ago, and we never really even went into our backyard. We built our house in 2016, and it was just grass, no shade, nothing. So we have a couple children, and we just never really went in our backyard and enjoyed the space that we have. And a couple years ago, I asked my husband, I said, why don't we put in a patio? And started out small, and then eventually we went bigger and bigger and bigger until we have a pretty decent, it's like I want to say right around 12 to 1400 square foot patio now. And then we also wanted to have a fire pit, and so we added that on. We wanted a picnic table area, and maybe someday we would like to have a hot tub as well. And we did put in an above ground pool also. So my vision, I love hydrangeas. That is my favorite shrub. And so I wanted to plant this beautiful garden of hydrangeas. And then my husband and I were going to be celebrating our 25th wedding anniversary in 2025. So I said, well, why don't we create a wedding garden and renew our wedding vows in 2025 for our 25th wedding anniversary. So that's where our vision came from, and my love of hydrangeas. And so that's why, you know, you really have to go with your vision and what you really want in your backyard. Maybe you want a lot of shade, or maybe you want more of a traditional English style with hedges, and you know, you start with your shrubs that you love and what kind of light exposure you need to have. Maybe you want hostas where you want a lot of shade. So that's where we started with our vision. And so I've planted, I'm guessing right around 150 to 180 hydrangeas in my backyard. So and around our fire pit area, I wanted some privacy, kind of like a privacy screen around it. So those big tall shrubs in there are summerific hibiscus, the summer crush, or the candy crush, I'm sorry. And then I also have limelight prime planted around there that will get 5 to 6 feet tall. And those summerific hibiscus are right around 6 feet, 5 to 6 feet tall as well. So I wanted some privacy, and my garden is very young, so my hydrangeas, the quick fire fab and the limelight, they have not reached their full height yet. They're supposed to get, I believe, 5 to 8 feet tall and wide, and right now they're probably about 3 feet. The quick fire fab and the limelight are right around 5 feet almost. So this is still a vision in the works, and we are still working on it. So we don't have any real established pre-boundaries like a fence or anything like that. So we're creating those boundaries by creating hedges with our hydrangeas, and it's going to be almost like a secret garden, and we're trying to create paths, walkway paths. So we're putting in a new garden bed right now that you can see, and those are mostly going to be transplants from our other gardens, because when we planted our hydrangeas, they were really small. I used the small pots. I don't know what they call them, but they're really small. And so our hydrangeas were really small. So now that they have gotten bigger, they're encroaching on all of our other perennials. So we're going to be moving those into this bed. Although I did buy 2 pufferfish hydrangeas, which I am planting. But those 2 big shrubs that are planted here and here, those are actually, I think they're perennial. Those are Baptisia. The blue, I'm not sure what the color is, blueberry or something like that. But those are from Proven Winners. I did not realize how big they would actually get. So I think they're about 3 feet tall and 3 feet wide. And so they're kind of flopping a little bit because I just dug them up and replanted them today. But as you can see, we're creating pathways through here and around here, and then back here we have a couple pinky winkies, and then you'll enter the wedding garden right through here and walk, and we're going to move that fire pit that's already there, and then walk up through here to the gazebo. And then we have other like pathways, as you can see here. In our front yard, oh, it's probably about I don't know, maybe a 3/4 of an acre on the right hand side of our house. We did plant 4 ornamental trees. We have a crabapple, a Quazon cherry, and another crabapple. One's pink and one's white. We did have a plum tree, but that was killed off by some gypsy moths. And we have replanted a tiny little magnolia tree in its place. But you know, you really just think about what you want for your backyard. You know, we have a lot of space, so we can plant those big hydrangeas, the 6 to 8 foot tall hydrangeas, and really be able to enjoy those big shrubs. And the same over here, I have incredibles planted in here, and I also have the strawberry vanilla first edition hydrangeas. And like I said, these have not reached their full size yet. They still have a couple, probably 3 years before they reach their full height. We have our cone flowers here, our grill, and we have more hibiscus over there. So how to landscape a large backyard. If I had tons of money, I would have planted a larger sized perennial so they would get bigger faster, but because we have so much to plant and to cover in land, we went and bought the smaller sized shrubs, and you know, we just had to have patience with them. Oh, that's our cat Leo. And give them a chance to, you know, grow, and you know, if you have an event like we do, hoping to renew our wedding vows for our anniversary in 2025, you have to plan a little sooner. So I just want to talk about how to landscape a large backyard, and our thought process on how we got to where we are. And for around our pool, we planted, we alternated the firelight tidbit with the blue chiffon rose of Sharon, and we're hoping that those rose of Sharon are going to get to their full height of 8 feet tall and provide us with some extra privacy around our swimming pool. So, you know, you plan things out, and you hope that everything survives. We had to replace one of our quick fire fab that didn't make it, and we replaced a Incrediball that didn't make it for whatever reason. And then I also planted behind our swimming pool some grass, some I can't remember, I think it's one of the proven winners. I think it's, not sure if it's the Carly Rose. I'll have to double check that, but one of those grasses didn't make it out of like 8 or 10 that we planted. So, you know, and also when you're thinking about what you want to do, what about colors of the shrubs or trees? Do you want pink, like ours are white and then they turn pink and then burgundy? You know, the color of that you want in your yard. Maybe you want a Japanese maple. There's so many different ways you can go with how you want to design it, and it's really fun and exciting to work on this. And my husband and I, we've done this ourselves and worked together just using a small rototiller. You don't have to have a ton of equipment. We use just the shovel, wheelbarrow, you know, rake, a tiny little hand rototiller to dig up the grass. But you know, it's a lot of hard work, but it's totally worth it, and we really enjoy it, and we spend a lot of time in our yard. And you know, some people might think it's work, but we don't think of it that way. We enjoy it, and we like watching our shrubs and perennials and our annuals just grow and flourish, and it's exciting. We go out every morning and check everything out and see what's grown and what's blooming. So we hope this helps, and we hope you enjoy taking a look at our garden and maybe get some inspiration on how you might want to design a large backyard area for your home. So thanks for listening, and I hope you join me in my next video. And if you like these videos, please subscribe and like and share with your friends and family. And I really appreciate you taking the time to hear my thoughts. So have a great night, and come watch again.